Hi everyone, today I am going to be showing the full setup of my planner, and I have shown my planner in some other videos. I'm using the Hobonichi A6 Day Free, but I did not have a cover for it. So I finally got my cover in and the whole setup is complete, and I love this so much, and I'm so relieved. So I got my Maker South leather cover in the mail yesterday, and it took a little bit longer. Crispian and his wife Erin are behind Maker South, and they make everything. And Crispian came out and said that he, during Christmas time, had suffered from a major heart attack, and that was like hugely shocking for me, and yet they were still completely on top of orders. I still actually received this within the 6 to 8 week turnaround time. Like I received it like right before 8 weeks, which is incredible. So he had given props to his wife for stepping in and picking up the slack on all the orders. And as far as I know, Crispian is doing well and is recovering. So really, really happy to hear that. And I am so happy to have yet another Maker South cover to add to my collection. And this was stunning when I opened it. It really took my breath away. And I think it's because they just really listen to what you want. And I was so annoyingly specific with my requests for this. And I think I was just so stunned when I saw it because it was exactly as I had requested. And the leather is insanely beautiful to boot. So this is the Maple Distressed Horsefront. And on the website, as of me filming this video, there is not a video or photos yet of this, but if you email him, they will send you photos of what they have. And I'm so glad I picked this leather. It is just the most beautiful golden color. Oh my gosh, I just love it. So this is just an A6 folio. I'll show you what I requested. So it was $62 for the folio, $3.20 for shipping, so a total of $65.20. And I told them that I was going to use it for the A6 Day Free, which is thinner than a full year Hobonichi. The Day Free is basically the size of one Avec book. And then I picked the Maple Distressed Horsefront, and then I just requested whatever thread would match. So I let them pick that. And then I asked for the front cover pocket. And check out my my request for dimensions. I was like 3.87 inches. And a raw top edge and stitching all the way around. But I even apologized when I had requested this. I was like, I am so sorry for these really oddly specific measurements. I don't know, it just seemed really nitpicky, but Crispian actually responded and said, no, that is totally fine. I love when people get really specific. And then I thought about it and figured, I guess that makes sense. If you're making something, then you know exactly what to do and know that it's exactly what the customer wants. So that makes sense to me. So he made me feel so good about being so specific about my request. And it is amazing. Like this front pocket is awesome. Like I didn't want it so wide. I don't know. It was just weird. And then I picked the overall width to be 9.5 inches. So open flat, this would be 9.5 inches across from edge to edge. And they normally make their A6 folios a like little bit wider than that, than 9.5 inches. And I knew that the Day Free was a thinner book. I knew I wasn't going to bulk it up. I knew I wasn't going to add very much else to it. So I wanted this to be a more perfect fit to just that book. So I had them shave it down a hair, and they accommodated for that because holy moly, the fit of this is just absolutely insane. But before I get into that, let me just finish up with this leather. I mean, obviously you can see how distressed it is. It is absolutely stunning to me. This is the kind of quality that I love in a leather. And Horsefronts they just always hit the nail on the head for me as far as wanting character. It's like you don't even have to try. You're just like, give me some Horsefront, and then it's like, here's some character to go with that. I have 2 other Horsefronts from Maker South. This is, I think this is like vintage tan, like English tan vintage Horsefront. It is not currently available, so I don't know if he's getting any more. The listing isn't really like there anymore. It just says sold out, I believe. But they're all very thin. Horsefronts, the ones that I have, these 3, have all been extremely thin, so they all have that in common. So they're quite floppy, like they will definitely flop over, but it doesn't feel like fabric crumpling in your hands. Like there's still a like hint of structure to it, but obviously it's not like super stiff or anything. So I love this, that it's like this gorgeous deep toffee kind of color. And then this is the bomber jacket brown, which comes with extremely gorgeous markings. I've shown both of these quite a few times, but you know, it's quite floppy as well. This one isn't as used. It's not used as heavily, so it's not as broken in. So you can see where it's kind of a slight bit stiffer than this one. So this is just as thin, and it feels different than these 2. It has like a lot more texture to it. I can't really explain it, but these feel a bit smooth and maybe even slightly waxy, where this one feels a bit drier and like it's maybe sealed or coated with something, and it doesn't have a super smooth feel to it. Not that that matters to me at all, but look at these pockets inside, just as gorgeous, just as beautiful. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. And they, as always, super excellent job with the stitching. I love the color they picked. It blends beautifully with it, and just no complaints. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So here's my setup. I'm so excited because I have had this. This is my Day Free, which I've shown a few times, but I've had this set up and ready since like the end of November or something, and I started using it in December, but I have not been really carrying this around with me because I just really didn't want it to get ruined. I was waiting to get my leather cover. So I haven't been having this in my bag like I've been wanting to. So now I feel like I'm in full planner mode now. So I have a video where I decorated the cover of this, so that will be linked below. I added some end papers. These were actually from like extra ephemera when I ordered from Moonside Parlour on Etsy, and I ordered a couple of junk journals from her. These were in there, so I made those my end papers. So was this paper, was also in a pack from Moonside Parlour. This is actually just a Hobonichi A6 notebook. It's the one that comes in the 3 packs. They make them for all the sizes, the cousin size and the week size, and they all have supplemental plain notebooks that are all the pages are perforated, and they're all slightly smaller than the size they belong to. So this is a true A6. These are the A6 notebooks, and they're a bit tinier all the way around because they're kind of made to sit within the book. If you're using an actual Hobonichi cover, you can kind of like slip it in the back here, and it, you know, it stays hidden. It doesn't poke out or anything like that. So I ordered a 3-pack of these, I think just from Jet Pens. I just covered it with that scrapbook paper, and this glorious sticker, it's like my favorite sticker right now, is from Ghost Puff on Etsy. Her shop is closed at the moment, but I ordered 3 of these and they're all used. So I feel like I need to go get some backups because I love everything about this sticker. And I love everything about when I open up my planner and see both of these in there. It makes me so happy. I just completely love the aesthetics of this. So I just have this notebook, and then behind here I have a Hobonichi, it's the A6 card holder. So it's just one of the accessories that they offer. There's just card slots in here, and this is where I hold all of my appointment cards and just informational cards from the dentists and doctors and stuff like that. I mean, this is where I'm planning appointments, so I like to have all of these cards with me, and the whole thing just slips really nicely in there and keeps everything nicely contained. So I'm happy to have this particular insert to have all of that stuff organized. I used to just shove these cards in the pockets, really messy. So everything's much more organized now. Let's get into this first. This is super, super basic. I don't do really pretty planning at all. This just really needs to keep me organized and just tell me where I need to be. So like in the month spread, I'm not really decorating in here. Sometimes I'll lay down a piece of washi or something, but I actually don't want this to get fluffy and expand like my journals do. They get real big, but this, I just want it to stay slim. I do not have an elastic closure on here because I only like having those when the insides are gonna get really chunky, where I bulk them up a lot. And for this, that's not gonna happen. I don't want that to happen, so I didn't opt for an elastic on this. So my pages are quite simple. I just put in my appointments. On the extra spaces, I will just add notations or things that I need to do within the month. And then in the blank pages in the back, I will just write down to-do list. I've done a couple of different things in here. I mean, like, what is today? Like the 14th or the 15th or something. And the last time I wrote something in here was on the 2nd. And I haven't been using this like to its fullest extent and as much as I want to, because I didn't have this whole system contained within a cover yet. So I'm hoping to really get in here now, but I'll just write simple to-do lists. In the past, I've written out times and actually planned out an entire days by time. And that has actually been really helpful to me. So I'll probably dabble in that some more, but that's mostly what it is. I will also take like messy notes in here if I'm on a call and I need to jot down something really, really ugly. I will just do it in here because I like to have everything contained. You know, I used to be really bad about writing things on random scraps of paper and stuff. And I want everything in here. So even if it's a messy note that's disposable, I feel like it's always something I end up wanting to reference for some reason. So it's really weird, but this makes me feel a lot more content knowing that it'll all just be in here. So no matter what it is, if I need it, I'll find it. So then this extra little notebook it actually, like, this is fountain pen stuff that you guys suggested to me in a previous video, and I was just scribbling it all down. So I think this is going to end up being kind of just my reference book, and it can just move from planner to planner or journal to journal or something. I like that it's its own contained book, and I'm thinking it's almost going to be, it's kind of like a commonplace book, kind of. So we'll see how that evolves, but I was fully intending this to be a scratch book. And then I realized, well, I want that in here. And there's more than enough pages in here to contain all of that. And then I found that when I was writing down notes that I wanted to frequently reference, and I was writing them in my journal. I'm done with my journal in like a month or 2 or 3. And then when that's gone, I no longer have reference to those notes anymore. So I like something that's a bit more mobile and self-contained that can move around in whatever I'm currently in. So, so far so good. I've got like 1 page written in here. So, progress, I feel that's progress. So the only other thing I have to mention really is these stamps. Like I said, I don't want this to bulk up, so I really want to pull back on any stickers and stuff. And but stamps are fair game. You know, that keeps the page nice and smooth. And I really wasn't planning on this, but I found these, I think at Michael's or something. But just these little segmented stackable stamps, they just like twist off. And, you know, it's like self-inking. So I love this. I love the concept of this. And I love that I can just throw these in my like pencil bag or something. And it's not messy. You know, you just uncap it and stamp it down, and that's all. And I love all of the symbols in here. Like, these are things I would actually use. And it was the biggest disappointment because the ink in these just totally bleed through on this Tomoe River paper. There's even some speckles on, you probably can't see it, but it did even bleed through onto this side. And I used an extremely light hand when I did these. It was like on and off so fast. And then, oh my gosh, this ink took forever to dry. It was looking so shiny for forever. I think I had to actually put my blotting paper on this. And because when I closed it and I thought it was dry, it totally transferred to the other side. So this ink that's in here is totally not Tomoe River paper friendly, but I love these so much. And I don't want to get like separate clear stamps or anything that I have to ink, because I've seen these similar stamps in, you know, where you put it on the acrylic block and all of that, but I don't want that. That's way too many steps for the simple planning I'm trying to do. But tell me, I probably should have already looked this up, but I'm just like gonna ask everybody. Like, hopefully you can direct me somewhere, but can I like de-ink these, like drop it in water or something and then dry it out and suck all the ink out, and then touch it to the like Versa, the dewdrop ink pads that I have, and have that ink suck into there? Like, tell me what I should do about that, because I want to use these so badly. And that seems like such a ton of extra unnecessary work. But if it's doable, I might just like try it one afternoon. I don't know, but I would love to replace the ink in these. Or tell me if there's something just like way simpler that I can look into. Okay, so that is everything. It sure is. So the other reason I wanted a horse front for this setup is because this is going to be an everyday carry for me. It's going to be in my purse. It's just going to be a constant companion, as my planner is. And I wanted to have it as slim, as unobtrusive and lightweight, and as portable as possible. And if you're looking for an uber thin, super lightweight leather, horse front always fits the bill for me. So and just look how oh my gosh, look how perfect everything just fits in there. There's not like a huge gap. Nothing's like gaping. And then with all of this in there, just look how it shuts, you know, it doesn't poke up like this, like some stiffer leathers do. Like, it was just made for this. So I'm a happy camper. I got my pocket decor in there like straight away. I'm super into maps. I have like just like tons of scrap pieces left over. And then I have ephemera or like washi stickers. I love me some butterflies. I'll link all this stuff, or I'll link these. If I can find these, I'll link those. But this is from from an Etsy shop, and I'm super happy with the variety that's in this pack. So I chose a couple that went well with this, and then because this is going to be in my purse and must suffer the environment in there, I went ahead and ran the whole thing through my laminator and before I stuck it in there so that it's a little bit more durable. But yeah, that is my whole setup, and I'm super happy to have everything together. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.